my little boy's not very masculine at all. I tried to do father-son stuff with him, you know, a little bit more masculine stuff, kind of man him up, give him some of that toxic masculinity that we're missing in America now. You know, so I do, like, I take him fishing, taught him how to change a tire, you know, stuff. And then this past year, I took him to his first Major League Baseball game. Thought that'd be cool, you know. And I didn't plan it right because we showed up and it was on Gay Pride Night. that was a little tough to explain to him. So, but I'm not a hater. I'm not against it. You live the life you want to live. You know, that's how I believe. You know, and it was a good deal, man. It was $1 to get in, $1 beers, $1 hot dogs. You know, kind of weird. You had to eat them through a hole in the bathroom. Oh man. Hell, I had 2 or 3 of them suckers before I figured it out. I did. I was like, God damn, this one has balls, man. I don't do that, man. That's crazy. I don't know.
Sprinkles of cheese with it.
Oh yeah, he's a good kid though. He's good. He's all right. Man, but my littlest girl, she's an absolute treasure. You know, she came up to me a couple weeks ago. She said, "Daddy, I have an assembly at my school. You have to come and watch me. I have to do a report on you." So I was like, great. She's like, I got to interview you, and I got to ask you some questions. I need to know about your job and your hobbies and stuff like that. Yeah, all right, cool. So I sat down with her, and she's like, all right, Daddy, what do you do for a living? I said, well, I'm a comedian. She goes, well, what's that? I said, well, it's my job to make people laugh. She says, well, that's not hard. That's not a real job, Dad. I said, it is. It pays for your Barbie dolls and stuff like that. She's like, no, that's not a real job. I was like, oh, dang, it is. It's a real job. Trust me. And she was like, okay, well, what's your hobbies? Man, I've waited on this forever. Now, some of you guys have probably been the same way, but I've collected baseball cards since I was a little kid. And I've always waited for my kids to ask about them, you know, pass them down. So I took her into my man room, and I got up the closet, and I pulled down that old shoebox with those baseball cards in it. And I told her, I opened it up, and I pulled out the first card, and I said, this guy right here is Hammerin' Hank Aaron. My opinion is the greatest home run hitter of all time. They called him Hammerin' Hank. And I said, this guy right here is Ken Griffey Jr. They called him the Kid. He broke into Major League Baseball when he was only 18 years old. And I was like, but this guy right here is probably the most important. I said, this guy right here is Jackie Robinson. And the reason that Jackie Robinson was important was he was the first black man to ever play Major League Baseball. Before him, just a bunch of honkies. But then Jackie broke that collar barrier. Then he became the first one, probably the most important person. A few days pass, I have to go to this assembly. It's in front of the whole school. I'm sitting there in a sea of single moms wearing their yoga pants and stuff. My daughter gets up on that stage, her little pigtails. The teacher holds the microphone down to her, says, Carly, can you tell us what your daddy does for a living? She said, my daddy's a comedian. His job is to make people laugh. I was like, well, she got that right, finally. And she gets on the mic again and she goes, it's my daddy's job to make everybody's day a little bit brighter.
Aww.
Man, I tell fart jokes for a living. And this little girl just made me sound like a freaking saint. Oh man, I felt so good. And they said, Carly, what's your daddy's hobbies? My little girl grabs the phone, or the microphone. She says, my daddy collects pictures of men. Man, I was embarrassed. I slunk down to my seat a little bit. Then I hear her say, and he keeps them hidden in a box at the top of his closet. And he really, really likes the black ones. I was mortified. Oh, I've never been so embarrassed in my life. I looked up at my little angel. She had that mic in her hand, and she pointed right at me in the crowd. She says, I told you, being funny isn't hard, Dad. Buddy, she got me. I tell you that, man.